Hey everybody, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing the 2020 New Year messages with the sign of Taurus. Now, just to explain the format, I'll be pulling an energy card for what it is that you're leaving behind in 2019 using the Dark Mirror Oracle deck. Then to get insight as to what it is you're moving towards in 2020, I'll be using the Work Your Light Oracle deck. And then finally, I'll be gaining some messages for you using the Wild Unknown Tarot. So let's get stuck in. So Taurus, what is it that you're leaving behind in 2019? What is it that your shadow self revealed to you at this time so that you could process and heal? And as such, you have resolved within yourself and are now ready to leave behind in 2019. Okay, 2 came up for you, so I'll take them both. Wow, a lot of people are getting this, so I'm not surprised. So you had anger and chains. I don't know if you can see that clearly because my camera just decides when it wants to focus or not. So anger and chains, interesting. And with that, you also got alone in the world. Okay. So, just to begin with anger and chains, this really talks about obviously the more negative toxic emotions that we harbor, whether it's out of feelings of injustice, an emotional reaction to an event, things not going our way seemingly, usually it comes from some kind of feeling of wrongdoing, right? That we get into this state of being angry or feeling like we're trapped in a situation, right? Anger and chains and all that. So feeling like we're stuck, that we're not able to move forward, that we're trapped in the past or the present, that some situation ties us down, some individual ties us down, our environment ties us down, prevents us from moving forward. But I feel like you're releasing that feeling now. I think you're realizing that you have more control and influence over your environment than you thought, that actually you are a co-creator of your reality, so that if it doesn't fit what it is that you're trying to accomplish, if it isn't resonating with your idea of how your life should look, then you're starting to take action on that. You're starting to work out what it is that no longer serves you, what doesn't have a place in your life anymore, so that you can move towards the things that do, right? So you're processing this at this time, I feel. You're moving away from it. But I feel like, you know, there is still work to be done here. It's not over and done with, but you're healing it. And like I said, you're processing it. So you're not feeling like this anymore. You're still working on it. It's not over and done with, but you're not feeling that same level of anger and resentment that you once did. So that's really good to hear. Okay. And then also with the alone in the world, I think you're recognizing that what you feel makes you vulnerable, where you feel like, letting go of your guard is a bad thing, where you feel like, putting yourself out there may be at your detriment. I think you're starting to look at it differently. That you're starting to realize that actually in order to change your life, you have to be a little bit vulnerable. You have to admit when things are not working out for you, when you're not happy, rather than put on a brave face, or rather than pretend that this is how things should be, when really it's far removed from what it is that you want. So sometimes in order to have this new beginning, you have to strip yourself bare. You have to cut your losses. You have to be prepared to put yourself out there and out of your comfort zone in order to attract what it is that you truly want, right? So interesting. Okay, so let's have a look then for you what the tarot has to say regarding all this. So, okay, that's just way too much. So let's have a look in regards to what it is that your focus will be for 2020. Then the second card is in regards to the advice that's coming in from the divine. And then lastly, it'll be a case of the overall outcome for the year. Okay, so this is just to give you some guidance as to what you can expect moving forward into 2020. Okay, so bearing in mind this is a general reading, it's not going to apply to everybody. Just take it if it resonates with your circumstances. If it doesn't, that's fine. But this is the overall energy for you guys, Taurus, okay? So just take it if it does align with your circumstances. If not, maybe check out one of the other signs, because you're going to have other placements in your natal chart, okay? So maybe one of those is going to be more relevant to you. Okay. So, in regards to your focus in the next year, you have the Five of Cups. So I think you're coming away from this feeling of lack, okay? That, you know, the acceptance of things as they are is easier than putting myself out there and having to risk being rejected again, or risk losing something that meant so much more to me. I'd rather just stay with what I have now than, you know, risk losing even more. And I feel like you are coming out of that space. I think you will be realizing the blessings you have in your life, you know, the things you have to be grateful for, the things that you do currently have, but not be afraid to also go after the things that you want at the same time, finding the balance between gratitude and you know, striving for success, you know, assertion, finding the balance between assertion and gratitude. So that's going to be your main focus for the next year, you know, making sure you enjoy what you have and enjoy the process while you go after more, right? So in regards to the advice, you have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So you're really being asked to reflect on what it is that you haven't invested your time, money and resources into efficiently. There's some aspect of your life where there is lack, and there shouldn't be. There's been something that you've not been putting the same level of care in as you have other areas of your life. Whatever this is going to be very important for you to address in the next year, particularly if you are trying to improve your circumstances, you know, particularly on a material level. There's going to be something else that you need to invest your time and resources into in order to make that happen. I feel like your connections will be much better. Emotionally, you're going to be more stable, and you're going to attract better, more grounded connections. But you've got to be not afraid to put the work in and invest in those connections also. So that may mean, you know, making a little more time for the people that you wish to have in your life. But I also feel like you need to invest in yourself also at this time. There's going to be some area, as I said, in your life that's lacking right now that really needs your attention. So you're being guided to do that, to put the work in, and to know that it's going to help you move into this new direction. And then finally you have the Four of Cups in reverse, again coming out of your comfort zone, and this is in regards to the outcome. Life is pushing you out of your comfort zone, so you're forced to grow, so you're forced to learn, so that you let go of these lower frequency energies, and that you I feel like this is a rite of passage for you, Taurus. I feel like this is what you're embarking on, is a rite of passage. So while it's scary and you're being put out there alone to just tackle these challenges, you're not actually alone. You know, it's all being divinely guided and you're being supported. But it's going to feel like while you're doing it that you're alone. Again, you know, alone in the world here. This has just come to mind as well. But you need that. This is what's going to help make you, essentially, right? This is what's going to help you to grow. So where you're going to be asking for help, you may not get it, and that's not because the universe is shutting the door in your face, but because there's something that you need to learn. You're being asked to stand on your own 2 feet in regards to some area of your life, you know, to go after what it is you want without hesitation or fear. So you're it's kind of like you're being kicked out of the nest a little bit in order to really nurture and grow yourself, you know, to be able to stand on your own 2 feet in regards to some specific area of your life. And that's really going to do wonders for you moving forward. Like, you're going to gain so much insight and experience from that, even though it's a little bit scary initially. Okay. But you're going to mature massively as a result of that, regardless of your age. Spiritually, you're going to mature as a result of this initiation, right? That's what it comes to mind, rite of passage initiation that you're going through in 2020. Okay, So just, I always pull some final messages from the universe here. So next you have the Two of Swords in reverse. You know, so rather than going back and forth between old ways of thinking, old ways of doing things, you're just going to kind of accept that the universe is giving you a kick up the arse, and you're going to step forward. That's what I feel like with this. You're kind of like, okay, I know I've been, you know, dragging out too long, and I know I can't do this anymore. So, okay, I hear the message, you know, I'm just going to do it. Okay, I'm scared, but okay, I'm going to do it. So that's great, you know, it's alright to feel a little bit of fear, as long as you don't allow that fear to paralyze you and stop you moving forward. So having a little bit of fear is actually quite healthy and quite good, as long as you take the steps forward. So next you have the Fool in reverse. So again, you know, you're like this chick, you're kind of being booted out of the nest, right? But I feel like with it being in reverse is that it's not a new journey. This is something you've already been embarking on for some time. But again, I feel like you've been procrastinating and delaying your progress within this journey because of your fear. Because you're scared of doing it alone. But you're not going to be doing it alone. It's just going to seem that way. Because you're not going to get, you know, the easy way out. And you're not going to get the means to, you know, you're not going to have a crutch essentially to lean on. You're going to have to go out there and face it, you know, for yourself. But you've been on this journey for some time. It's just obviously, as I said, the progression with it has been delayed through your own fear, but that's coming to an end. You know that you can't delay anymore, that you have to move forward. So you're taking your first, you know, shaky step forward, but you know, as you take a few more steps, you're going to start to feel more confident and more capable. That's what I'm seeing here. Okay, and then crowning all of that, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Again, your circumstances are changing massively because you're being forced out of your comfort zone. You're being forced to go towards what it is that you want. You know, if you want to be standing in the Emperor energy, for example, then you're being put through your paces in order to become the Emperor, right? That it's not given to you just like that. You have to prove that you are of the energy, that you have the skills, that you have the awareness, that you have the emotional and spiritual grounding, that you have the nurturing that goes into it, that you have the responsibility, right, which is a big one, the responsibility to take on this kind of role. So whatever it is you're trying to achieve, the universe is going to make it happen now, but you're going through the initiation process in order to be prepared for what you're asking for. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, Taurus. Really powerful energy coming through this. This is very much, I feel like, yeah, very much Emperor energy, like leadership, you know, like rising to the occasion, almost like Lion energy as well. So you may have some Leo in your chart. Possibly Aries, because I'm feeling those energies quite strongly. But yeah, you're being guided to rise to the occasion, you know, to prove that you have what it takes to take on that kind of position, right, in whatever area of your life that makes sense in. But I feel like for those of you this resonates, you'll understand what that means, that you asked for something, that you asked for something much more, and now you're being put to the test. You're being put in situations where you show that you have the traits needed to take on that role, because it comes with a lot of responsibility, right? So yeah, amazing. I hope that makes sense, Taurus. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I look forward to doing your January 2020 reading very, very soon. I'm curious what it's going to show in relation to this. Hopefully something. And yeah, we'll just take it from there. So for now, have a great new year.